When I was younger, I used to sleep through the night without a single problem. My head would hit the pillow, and the next thing I knew, it was morning. But somewhere around my late 60s, something started changing. Almost every night, I kept waking up just to go to the bathroom. At first, I didn't think much about it. I told myself it was probably just part of getting older. But after a while, it started getting worse. 2 times a night, sometimes 3, and a few nights even 4. Now, if you've ever dealt with that, you know how frustrating it can be. You fall asleep, you finally get comfortable, and then suddenly you're awake again. So you get out of bed, walk down the hallway half asleep, and by the time you return to bed, your body's wide awake again. And the whole thing repeats a few hours later. After enough nights like that, you start wondering what exactly is going on. For a long time, I believed the same thing most people believe. I thought the problem had to be my prostate. That's what everyone says when men start waking up at night to urinate. So I tried what many people try. Different supplements, natural remedies, even a few medications people recommended. But honestly, none of it really solved the problem. The nighttime trips kept happening. And when your sleep keeps getting interrupted like that, it starts affecting everything else. You feel tired during the day, your energy drops, your patience gets shorter, even your thinking feels slower. One night, I remember sitting quietly on the edge of my bed in the dark, and I started asking myself a simple question. If my bladder works fine during the day, why does it suddenly become a problem at night? That question led me to start learning a little more about what might actually be happening inside the body. And what I discovered surprised me, because in many cases, the bladder is not really the main problem. The real issue often begins somewhere else entirely. It begins with insulin. Now, most people only hear about insulin when doctors talk about diabetes, but insulin problems usually start many years before diabetes is diagnosed. There is a condition called insulin resistance. That simply means the body still produces insulin, but the cells stop responding to it properly. When that happens, the body sends signals to produce more and more insulin. So over time, insulin levels remain higher than they should be, and this can affect several different systems in the body. One of those systems involves the kidneys and the bladder. When insulin stays elevated, it can make the bladder more sensitive and active. It can also cause the kidneys to filter more fluid, which means more urine production, especially during the night. That's one reason many people with blood sugar problems wake up often to urinate. Another thing happens when blood sugar rises. Where sugar goes, water follows. The body tries to remove extra sugar through the kidneys, so the kidneys filter it out and water is pulled along with it. Doctors sometimes call this condition polyuria. It simply means producing urine more frequently than normal. But even before blood sugar becomes very high, insulin resistance itself can still irritate the bladder. So waking up often during the night can sometimes be an early signal that insulin resistance is beginning. Insulin resistance also puts extra pressure on the kidneys. That is one reason kidney disease is so common among people with diabetes. It can also disturb the balance of electrolytes in the body, and it may increase levels of cortisol, which is the body's stress hormone. Higher cortisol levels can also lead to more frequent urination. In women, insulin resistance can weaken the muscles that support the bladder and pelvic floor. Another factor many people overlook is magnesium. Insulin resistance often leads to lower magnesium levels in the body. Magnesium is very important for muscle function, and that includes the muscles that control the bladder. When magnesium levels drop, those muscles can become more sensitive and harder to control. Hormones also play a role. As people grow older, testosterone levels slowly decline. Lower testosterone can contribute to weaker bladder control, especially during the night. Interestingly, improving testosterone levels sometimes helps improve insulin resistance as well. So all of these systems in the body are connected. But there is one everyday habit that can make nighttime urination much worse, and many people do it every single evening without thinking about it. Late-night snacking. Every time we eat, insulin levels rise. Even small snacks can increase insulin. So when someone eats late in the evening, insulin rises again right before sleep. That can stimulate the bladder during the night, and it can also disrupt sleep. Late-night snacks often cause bloating as well. When digestion stays active late at night, sleep becomes lighter and easier to interrupt. And when sleep becomes broken, cortisol levels rise. Higher cortisol then disturbs blood sugar levels and can create even more cravings for snacks. So a cycle begins. Poor sleep leads to higher cortisol leads to blood sugar changes, and those changes increase insulin. Many people snack at night simply because they are bored, tired, or watching television. Sometimes it's just a habit that has been repeated for years. One simple step that can help is to stop keeping snack foods in the house. If those foods are not sitting in the kitchen, it becomes much easier to avoid them. If someone truly feels a need to eat something small, lighter options such as berries, celery, or grapefruit can be better choices. But the most effective habit is simply stopping food intake after dinner. Another thing that can influence nighttime urination is sodium. Very low salt diets can sometimes disturb the body's fluid balance. Sodium helps regulate how the body holds and releases water. Some people notice improvement when their meals include a reasonable amount of natural salt. Sea salt or mineral salt can help maintain proper balance. Reducing carbohydrates during the day may also improve insulin resistance. Lower carbohydrate intake helps stabilize blood sugar and insulin levels. Many people notice improvements when carbohydrates are reduced to around 30 grams per day. Intermittent fasting can also be helpful. Starting with 3 meals per day and eliminating snacks is a good beginning. Later, some people transition to 2 meals per day, such as lunch and dinner. This gives the body longer periods when insulin levels can fall. When sleep improves, many other things improve as well. Energy increases, cravings decrease, mental clarity improves. Even adding 30 extra minutes of sleep can make a big difference for overall health. Finally, it's important to make sure the body has enough vitamin D. Vitamin D supports healthy insulin function and also plays a role in sleep cycles. Magnesium, taken together with vitamin D, can help relax the body and support deeper sleep. When these small adjustments are made, the body often begins returning to a healthier balance,
And many people eventually notice something they haven't experienced in a long time: a calm, uninterrupted night of sleep.